The nurses said the man charging down the hallway looked like a storm in a tailored suit. His footsteps were heavy, sharp, echoing off the walls of the maternity ward. When he reached the door marked room 47, he didn't knock. He pushed it open so hard the door bounced off its stopper, and then he froze. Because inside, lying in the hospital bed, holding two tiny babies against her chest, was his ex-wife, Amara, and the twins. They had his eyes. For a moment, the world stopped. The monitors hummed, the babies made sleepy sounds, and Amara looked up, her breath catching, as if she'd been waiting for this moment, but dreading it all the same. "You told me you didn't want children," Gabriel said. His voice was low, dangerous, shaking with something far worse than anger. It was pure hurt. Mara tightened her hold on the newborns. "You told me you didn't want a wife who could love you more than your business?" Gabriel Weston was a billionaire, a man so used to control that even chaos stepped aside when he entered a room. But 2 years ago, his marriage had ended in silence and slammed doors. People said they were too different, the powerful billionaire and the warm-hearted social worker, fire and water. The truth was more complicated. Amara wanted a family. Gabriel was terrified of becoming like his own father, cold, absent, never there. Instead of facing that fear, he ran. But when he received the call, "Your ex-wife is in labor. Complications. Emergency delivery." Something inside him snapped. He rushed there, expecting to find her with another man. A new life. A new love. Instead, he found two tiny living reminders of the love he'd thrown away. The silence between them felt like an old wound reopening. "Are they?" Gabriel swallowed hard, his voice cracking for the first time in years. "Are they mine?" Amara looked down at the babies, one wrapped in blue, the other in pink. "Yes," she whispered. "Yours." Something in him broke then. The fury evaporated, his knees nearly buckled. He took a shaky step forward, staring at them as if they were stars he'd never known existed. "Why?" he asked. "Why didn't you tell me?" Amara looked exhausted, physically, emotionally, spiritually. "Because you told me children would ruin your life. Because when I missed you, when I called, you hung up. I didn't want to raise babies begging a man who didn't want a family." Gabriel stood there, ashamed. But the truth was, Amara hadn't told him everything either. The stress of carrying twins alone, working long hours and hiding her pregnancy, had taken its toll. There were complications: high blood pressure, fainting spells, and dangerously early labor. "I didn't think I was going to make it," she said softly. "So I told the nurse, if something happened, call you. At least you'd know you had children." Gabriel's breath trembled. He ran a hand through his hair, pacing once before stopping by her bed.
"Amara, I never stopped loving you. I
didn't know how to be what you needed, and I didn't know how to love someone who didn't love himself," she replied. "It wasn't an accusation. It was just the truth." The baby stirred. One's tiny hand slipped from its blanket, reaching blindly into the air. Gabriel stared at it, frozen. Slowly, scared to break something so delicate, he extended his finger. The baby wrapped her hand around it, and in that moment, everything changed. He felt it love, pure and terrifying, rushing into him like a flood he could no longer fight. He sat down, his eyes burning. "What are their names?" Amara hesitated. "I didn't choose yet. I wanted you to." A single tear slid down his cheek. Gabriel Weston didn't cry. But this wasn't weakness. It was healing, he whispered. "Isaiah." Mara nodded, her eyes softening. "Beautiful." The coming days weren't easy. Twins stayed in the neonatal unit. Gabriel spent every hour he could at the hospital feeding. Changing diapers awkwardly, learning to hold these tiny beings. There were long conversations, some painful, some tender. He apologized with honesty, not excuses. She forgave gradually, not instantly. One night, Amara looked at him with cautious eyes. "What happens now?" Gabriel took a deep breath. "I don't want to control you. I want to build this family with you. If you'll let me try." She looked away, tears gathering. "Families need presence, Gabriel, not promises." He nodded. "Then I'll be present. Every day. Every feeding. Every cry. I'll earn back everything I lost." 3 months later, when the twins were finally strong enough to go home, Gabriel drove them to Amara's small apartment because she wanted them raised in a warm, humble space. He learned to show love in small ways. late-night bottle feedings, singing off-key lullabies, rubbing her shoulders while she rocked the babies to sleep. He learned to speak instead of shutting down. She learned to trust instead of preparing to run. One quiet morning, as the sun lit the room, Gabriel knelt beside her. "I don't want to redo our past. I want a new story. One where I show up. One where our twins grow up with two parents who choose love every day. Amara, will you give me a second chance?" She looked at the twins, then at him. "Yes," she whispered. "But this time, we do it together." In the end, it wasn't wealth or power that healed them. It was presence, vulnerability, and choosing each other again. A billionaire learned how to love, a mother learned how to trust. Two tiny twins brought two broken souls back home. Their story proves that sometimes the real miracle isn't the birth of a child, but the rebirth of a family. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.